It matters. If you're going to be in service to people, you have to be in service to yourself first. You have to do the inner work so people can have permission to do the inner work. You have to be vulnerable and address the parts of you that are not whole so people can be vulnerable and address the parts of them that are not whole. You got to show up authentic, healthy, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, mental clarity so other people get permission to show up healthy, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed. Optimal health is not a privilege, it's a right. However, unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of health challenges today can be attributed to lifestyle. This includes our physical activity, the quality of our relationships, stress, purpose and fulfillment, and of course, our diet. But what if there was an alternative? What if we could prevent and combat these health challenges with lifestyle changes before pills and procedures? You are listening to the Plant Protocol Podcast with yours truly, plant-based health and business coach, and now the forever voice in your head, Lisa A. Smith. It's time to come get this health. So Maya Angelou famously said to Oprah Winfrey, when people show you who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou was a renowned activist and poet. And when she said this to Oprah Winfrey, it blew a lot of minds. And we have been quoting it ever since. When people show you who they are, believe them. And when Maya said that, she was mostly referring to people showing you who they are in a way that is not so pleasing, in a way that's not so attractive. And so what Maya Angelou was suggesting is that when people show you sides of them that are not honest, when people show you sides of them that are not sincere, when people show you sides of them that are manipulative, believe them the first time. That's what Maya said. That's what Maya told Oprah. And that's what we've all been saying ever since. Well, today, on Monday, May 4th, as I sit fresh off of our first annual Radical Obedience Assembly in Houston, Texas, I want to take Maya's words and I want to offer a different perspective. When people show you who you are, believe them. I'm so excited today to debrief with my good friend and number 2 and right hand and the peanut butter to my jelly, Coach Kiwi, as we reflect on our first annual, you heard it right, that means it's going to be a second, first annual Radical Obedience Assembly, completely sold out event in Houston, Texas. So let me get Kiwi in here so we can have a good time. Y'all come on in the room. Welcome to Monday Morning Keynote with yours truly, Coach Lisa A. Smith, founder of Clarity, a coaching community and platform dedicated to individuals just like you who are intent on activating your assignment through radical obedience. But first, you need to be healthy enough to do so from the neck down. Second, you need to be healthy enough to do so from the neck up. And you're looking for someone to hold you accountable to the assignment that God has given you. That's what we specialize in here at Clarity. And this is Reflections of the Radical Obedience Assembly 2026, Houston, Texas. Kiwi, what up, though?
What up, Joe? You can hear me, right? Y'all good?
We can hear you.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know I ain't got the mic, but I want to make sure y'all can hear me clearly.
Live and direct. Key. Listen, first of all, as people load in the room and everybody, good morning. Come on in. Welcome to Monday Morning Keynote. We're so excited to have you. Make sure you have your emotional support tee. But today, I don't know if it's going to be a lot of edge snatching, but what I will say, Key, is that when you just want to say cheers to all the greatness we about to tell y'all about, when you just want to hold up your glass and say salute to all the greatness that you about to hear about, you going to want a beverage for that. So whether it's to lay down your edges or to just give a cheers, baby, make sure you sipping on something real nice because we got stuff to talk about.
Hold on. And here it is, Lisa. I can't hold up a cup. I can't hold up a gold handle. Let me make sure that I say it right. Because one of y'all got my gold handle, okay? One of y'all took my go handle, so I don't have a go handle no more because y'all came and took my go handle. So whoever's over there that got my go handle, please hold it up for me because I ain't got
Oh crap. Okay, Key, we got to get Key another go handle. Honey, they was taking them like hotcakes this weekend.
it.
Baby, listen.
You said let me sign them. They was like, okay, coach, you got any more in the back?
And they went fat. They was flying off the shelves, baby. They was flying off the shelves. We're so excited. But Kiwi, let me know how you doing. Let me tell you something. I don't know what y'all been told, and I don't know. I know a lot of people say, what's the saying go? Like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. And I just want to, before we get started, because I didn't get to say this yesterday at the celebration, we had a going away for Princeton, the celebration of the book that will be here eventually. And my entire team reflected and just kind of you guys all poured into me. Before we get into all that, I just want to personally and publicly say thank you to you. And I love you. And I just don't understand how I've been this blessed because, so many people have big dreams and they need help. And so many people have big dreams and they want to do it with somebody, right? Not everybody, has a desire to be a one-man show. And so to be blessed with you and to have you right by my side. I mean, my mom, we were taking her to the airport. She said, Kiwi don't play about you. I said, yeah. I'm like, she was like, I mean, my mom gave you so many flowers. She was like, Kiwi, do not play about it. And I was like, and don't, right? Like she feels comforted because you on the road with me. She feels comforted because you by my side. And so I just want to say, y'all, if y'all don't know Coach Kiwi, if this is your first time tuning in, if you're new to our ecosystem, just know this is the 100% peanut butter to my jelly, like right hand person got my back. Gonna make sure I'm taken care of when I'm speaking, teaching, coaching, ride, film, protect my space, protect my energy. And so I just want to start off by giving you your flowers, Key.
Well, look, it's a pleasure, and I appreciate it. But I think, my thank you is being able to serve you, and I honestly, I had to really think about this, Lise. Like, I don't know why, I was called to serve you, but I find it as a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it like, dang, God, you picked me to be this person. Like, and I didn't understand, we were rocking for a while. And I remember being in the mastermind and I was like, I'm here for Lise. Like, what can I do? How can I serve? Yeah. And I didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand and I ain't know why, but I'm here for it. Like, literally, I'm all in. And that's just the type of person I am. Like, when I'm called to do something, whether it's for myself, my clients, but even this serving thing, like, I had to think about it. Like, why you so down? But it's like, when you make a decision, like for me, when I make a decision, like if I'm gonna play this sport, if I'm gonna play this position, if I'm gonna do this in all things, like I go all in. So it's like, guy, you told me to serve her. Oh, I'm all in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm all in. So it's been a pleasure, at least like real talk. And I said this, like I have the best view, of watching you. And we laugh about it and we talk about it all the time to see the growth from, we talk about this peanut butter jelly, like, but looking at like how we, I got your peanut butter, we got the jelly, like we got to show them the videos, but it's just amazing to see how we have evolved together, and it's amazing. Like words can't even express. So it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
I love it here. I love it here. So grateful, y'all. April said, give me as many go handles that will fit in this suitcase that I specifically brought to take home go handles. Baby, go handles this weekend, Kiwi. If y'all don't know about the Go Handle Club, Go Handles this weekend took their first road trip down in Florida. Shout out to Tierra and Jade. Go Handles was buckled up in back seats. Go Handles was on airplanes buckled up. Like they was dropping pictures in the chat. Me and my Go Handle is on the way to Houston, baby. Go Handles is living their best life out here, okay? So if y'all ain't in the Go Handle Club, let me just drop the link so y'all can know about it and get in the club because the Go Handle Club is blessing people. This is our daily ritual inside of the Clarity community designed to help you eliminate chronic stress. And so it's a coaching experience embedded into the Go handle, baby. And so if you want to be a part of this experience, we'll make sure you get access. But the Go handles was worldwide. They made their first on stage debut a couple weeks ago in Chicago, and now they traveling across the world. They moving fast. They moving fast like a
And
skyride.
they got your name on it now.
Oh,
But I'm just saying.
so let's talk about that. Let's talk about highlights from this weekend in Houston, because that's one of my favorite highlights. So let's talk about it, Kiwi. Let me explain for people who don't know what we're talking about. The Radical Obedience Assembly, we had our first live in-person Radical Obedience Assembly this past weekend in Houston, Texas. It was designed, number one, to help the attendees better understand what's required to live optimally on their assignment, right? And so we taught radical obedience, and we taught what it means to be radically obedient to your assignment. And here we define radical obedience as doing what you're being called to do despite the presence of fear and uncertainty. And we gathered in Houston in person to spend 2 days doing just that. The second purpose of the Radical Obedience Assembly in Houston this weekend was to celebrate the graduates of our legacy cohort of Farm to Table, our plant-based coaching program. After 10 years in production, we are closing the doors on the live version of Farm to Table. And so we celebrated our legacy cohort this week in Houston, Texas. So that's what's happened this weekend. And Kiwi, I want you to kick us off. You talked about on Sunday that you had the pleasure of being behind the scenes. And you had a different view than a lot of us, as you share. And so I want to start off by just hearing what you saw this weekend. What stood out for you the most?
Man, it's so hard to put in words when they talk about like seeing the fruits of your labor, like just seeing people like transform. So let me try to put this in perspective, y'all. For those that didn't hear, like I have had the opportunity, I have the best view in the house. So y'all know Lisa has talked about being front row, not having a obstructed view of what's in front of her. So whether it's a concert, whether it's a conference, it's like nothing is, in the way of seeing it all. And y'all know I get to meet with Lisa every week. I get to see her create these programs and ideas. I'm the first to get all the ideas and, oh, shoot, this is what we got to do. This is all. But I also get an opportunity to see what she's creating for each one of you all. Mm. So I already know like how y'all about to be poured into. So it's like seeing the seeds before they plant it. Like I get to see how, and they talk about the process of the different seeds and how like I get to see how it's made. Then I get to see how it's put in the ground. Then I get to see how it's watered. And then I get to watch literally the flower grow. Like I get to see all of it. So this weekend, I got a chance to not only be behind the scenes and see what you had in your mind for this radical obedience assembly, what you wanted for everybody, the experience you wanted, what you wanted them to have before they even got there. Like she wanted the best food. She wanted the experience. She wanted when they came in, what they smelled like. She wanted everything to be right for y'all. And not only did I get a chance to see that, but I got a chance to see why she wanted it like that. Mm-hmm. Why she wanted each one of y'all to feel the way you felt when you came in, the smiles and the anticipation. Mm. And then to actually see, the watering as she started to continue to pour. And then I got to see the flower over there. Somebody get the aha moment and then see the sunflower over there and then this over here and that flower over there. And I'm just watching and I was like, I was there from the beginning. And it's like, wow. And to be honest with you, I also get to see what neither one of us knew was going to happen. Like we didn't know what was going to happen. So to see the amazing transformation from the seed planted to the growth of it, it's like I have the best freaking view in the house. Literally, y'all.
Oh, man, listen, shout out to April and Jade in the chat. April said the food was top tier. Jade said the details were amazing. Let's talk about that for a minute. And I want to get into some of my favorite parts. Because I'm a little too deep. But I want to talk about the details for a minute, Kiwi, because one of the things everybody did say, now this was across the board, we all agreed that the food was amazing at the Radical Beats. It said, chef's kiss, baby.
Yeah. Hold on. It was so last minute though. But anyways, that's a whole nother stuff to discuss. But we made it happen though.
And
We made
did.
it happen and did.
Listen, the food. So, guys, we are a plant based company. And so all of the food at our events are 100% plant based. But here's the thing, all our attendees are not always 100% plant based, which is perfectly okay. But however, when you believe in a lifestyle and you want to expose people to it, you have to expose them to the best version of it. So, not to turn them off, right? And so it was really, really important to me that the food was amazing because I wanted to make sure that individuals who were not fully plant-based or who individuals who, were kind of skeptical about whether or not this lifestyle could be tasty and fulfilling and satisfying whilst saving your life. I wanted to prove that it could. And so we had 2 bowls. So day one, let me start from the top. Day
Mhm.
one, Kiwi, for the morning meditation on day one, we had our phenomenal high quality tea. Shout out to Stephen Smith Tea Company. We had our high quality tea, and I specifically hand selected that tea company because when I like tea bags that you can see the tea inside the bag, it's not a bunch of seeds and crumbles, right? So you can see the whole tea inside of the bag. It's very high quality. I reached out to the company, developed a corporate relationship with them, got access to their wholesale pricing, buying as a company, and made sure we had high quality tea in the building. I'm a tea drinker, but I'm not going to give our attendees tea that I wouldn't drink. And so the Stephen Smith tea that they received is now also the tea that accompanies every gold handle that is shipped from here on out. And so we had the tea, but then because when we say we don't eat sugar, people think we don't eat nothing sweet, Key. People think we can't have, warm treats like muffins. So along with the tea on the first day, we had these delicious muffins, no refined sugar, 100% vegan. Kiwi, what's the muffins fire?
The muffins was fire. I want to show them the video because we had muffins. we went and got some more muffins, y'all.
And did.
Yeah, it did. Because they were so good. But it's so funny how that was our shots. Like they don't even know. Like we did shots with muffins. That's what healthy people do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what we do over here in these streets. That's what we do. But
We
yeah.
did. I'm gonna see. Let me while we talking, I'm gonna see if I can send the video to myself and then share the screen and play the video for the
All right,
people.
you got it. You got
Let me
it.
see if I can figure that out.
No, but shout out to Awesome Bites in Houston, Texas. Like
Yes.
that was a spot. I'm a cookie monster, y'all. So I got a little sweet tooth, but I'm always looking for healthy things. And literally, when I found this place, I'm like, you talk about no refined sugar. So shout out to Awesome Bites in Houston, Texas.
100% phenomenal. So those of you who are in the Houston area, Awesome Bites is a phenomenal place to get some plant-based vegan treats, and some of them have no refined sugar. So we had the Awesome Bite muffins from them and with the tea in the morning, and then Kiwi for lunch on the first day, we had a phenomenal spread from Flower Child. Shout out to Flower Child. Man,
The forbidden rice.
come on now. We had 2 bowls for our guests, y'all. We had the forbidden rice bowl and then we had the harvest bowl. So the forbidden rice bowl had like the Japanese flavor rice
I
with the
taste it
snap
right
peas.
now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, that's what we need to go afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We just go, we just go hit up everything. Just hit all the spots before I leave. Just hit all of them.
Oh man, it was so good. We had
Oh, so good.
the Japanese rice bowl. Then we had the harvest bowl that had the leafy greens with the sweet potatoes and the sauteed mushrooms
Oh,
with
the
the
sweet
onion.
potatoes.
It was the
Man,
seasoning for me though. Not bland with the grains, with the quinoa mixed with the farro. It was fire. Like you feed your people when you feed them right. They say that the person with the most power in the household is the chef, the person in the kitchen, because you have the power over the health of everybody in the household. And we wanted to make sure y'all came here and got blessed, baby. So it was phenomenal. The Key, okay, and
man,
so
so
then
good.
Key, I'm gonna let you talk about the food on Sunday, but let me talk about the dinner
Okay.
on Saturday
Okay.
night. And then Saturday night for our VIP chef prepared plant-based dinner to go along with our fireside chat, man, we had plant-based chef. Shout out to Chef Tanisha, based in Houston, Texas. She brought in 2 entrees. We had enchiladas, we had lasagna, all 100% plant-based, no animal products, no dairy, right? We protecting your arteries, we protecting your blood pressure, we protecting your waistline and feeding you good, baby. And so Chef Tanisha came in and with the salad, with the lasagna, with the enchiladas and hooked us up. It was phenomenal. And everyone enjoyed themselves. We had the sparkling water. And then, I missed a part on lunch. On lunch, let's not skip this. We had the avocado hummus with the pita bread and the fresh veggies.
You know what? We need to run that all back.
Andy, I love Flower Child. Flower Child is so yummy. So, guys, it was so good. It was so good. Then we had the chef prepared dinner with Chef Tanisha. And then Kiwi, tell them what we did on Sunday. Talk about breakfast and our going away party spread.
I'm telling y'all, all of y'all need to go out, get some sourdough or some multigrain bread right now. You got to get the right bread. We had the right bread. But we had this avocado. We made avocado toast. So everybody had 2 pieces. Avocado toast. You spread the avocado. You want to put the tomatoes on there. But we had the everything bagel seasoning. You know, we had the toaster on deck. Then we over there making peanut butter. So you got to put the peanut butter. Okay. Peanut butter, lay that on there. Then we had slices of bananas to lay on top.
Come on. Again, with our high quality Stephen Smith tea.
Everything.
I'm going to show them this tea. Kiwi, we had the tea. We had the avocado toast. And on top of the avocado toast.
It was avocado toast?
It was avocado toast and or a peanut butter banana toast. The avocado toast, like you said, it was the tomato, the everything bagel seasoning, and the red onion, Key. We had the red onion on there too. Did you sprinkle?
Yeah, I ain't put that on there. No. I ain't do that razzle dazzle. I didn't do all of that. I put the everything. You put that everything bagel on there. You know, I don't miss. I make sure the whole bread is with the avocado. Like the whole bread has a peanut butter and just lay like it's covered.
Because when you spread, you got to spread all to the edges. I can't stand people that be living
I can't stand like. Hello, you missing.
You missed
the spot. Yeah. Excellence. Come on now.
You don't even spread your
That's mediocrity.
Excellence.
You know?
Tighten up. The peanut butter supposed to go to the edge.
Get it together. Get it together.
Tighten up.
What is we?
So we had the toast station, y'all. We had the avocado toast. We had the peanut butter and banana toast. We had the Stephen Smith tea, y'all. This brand right here. I first tried it out at the Delta Lounge. And no, it was the American Express Centurion Lounge in Atlanta. And I said, what quality tea is this? Because I love the tea that you can actually see. I'm going to open a pack for y'all so y'all can see, because this is what we gave to people, baby. Okay, I love the tea where you can see properly. You see what I'm saying, Key? It's like not little seeds crushed up. It's real whole, proper. Like that.
But here's the thing. You can show them. But they had to taste it. They just had to taste it.
And did. Oh,
did you tell them that we cut up lemons? Like we had ginger, y'all. Like we weren't playing no games.
We got to talk about the food.
There was no games played.
And Kiwi, tell them, Wanda just reminded us in the chat, don't forget about the cookies. Now, you know the cookie monster herself.
So I didn't even know the cookies was coming. So I come in the kitchen. I said, hold on. We weren't even to that point yet. This is where we just had the stuff. I was like, you better give me that box. Y'all know the cookie monster. And no sugar. These are ones you get from Whole Foods. I'm telling you.
No refined quality. Sugar, vegan oatmeal cookies, y'all. Man. I mean, come on. Oh, pause. I'm sorry.
Look, just y'all know, way to my heart. It's cookies. Okay. Just want to let y'all know.
Kiwi loves some cookies. So when she approves a cookie, y'all. So we had the oatmeal cookies. Fire. We had the oatmeal cookies, y'all.
There it is. Right there.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Hello.
And the fact that she has a box left. Yep. I'm coming to get it.
No added sugar. Amen. Okay. We feed our.
I already got. Look. Good. I'm going to Flower Child Vibrant, and I'm stopping by to get my cookies. This is what I'll let you know before I leave. Handle. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So we got stuff to do today.
All right. So the last thing. Let me talk. She skipped over this, y'all, and I know why she does. She talked about this weekend. And part of this weekend was a celebration for Lisa. All right, y'all. So part of that. And for those of you all that were not there, I want to take the time right now to tell you all once again, like Lisa don't celebrate too much anything. She just keep it moving. She want to teach. She don't care about no balloons, no party, no mute. Like we ain't got time for that. But we wanted to make sure that she was celebrated. So part of that celebration that we danced, we did all the good stuff and gave her flowers. We had to make sure that she got fed well. All right. So we made sure that one of her favorite places here in Houston, Texas, Ginger Mule, phenomenal. When I tell you, amazing plant-based restaurant here. I called them like, look, I need y'all to hook it up. You know what I'm saying? Hook your girl up. And my boy Chris, I want to reach out. When I tell you I create relationships, Chris knows me, okay? Chris knows me. We were on a text by text basis, like back to back to make sure. But we had phenomenal sliders, y'all. Oyster mushroom sliders.
Yes.
Then we had lentil sliders. Then they had the nerve to have some roasted rosemary potato. Then some spicy, tangy Brussels sprouts. Let me tell you something. It was gone. It was gone in about 20 minutes. So first of all, we made sure that Lisa don't even know. But Lisa, I was like, go get your plate. I said, you are off duty.
Yeah.
I said, go get your plate because I already know. When you left, we was like, go ahead, y'all. Y'all go ahead.
That's when the food left?
The food was gone. The food was gone. The food was gone. So we made sure everybody got some, but it was just, the food was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So shout out to Ginger Mule.
Shout out to Ginger Mule, Houston, Texas. Another place where I like to get plant-based food when I'm in town in Houston. Man, they have a phenomenal 100% plant-based restaurant, y'all. Vegan pancakes, chef's kiss. Vegan omelets is so amazing, right? Their curry bowl, forget about it. And so when Kiwi and a team brought in those sliders this weekend for our celebration, I just want people to know, like, yes, I'm vegan, but baby, I'm not bored. Oh, my diet is colorful.
Here's the crazy part. If we didn't say it, nobody would have known.
Facts.
That's how good the food was. Because it's gone. Nobody would have known. Nobody would have known. Because the lasagna. You didn't even mention the lasagna. Did you mention the lasagna? Like the lasagna?
Saturday night, we had the lasagna from the chef.
Crazy. Nobody would have known. Y'all, nobody would have known.
Nobody would have known. So. Fire. I just want to take a small commercial break to acknowledge an attendee from this weekend who done blessed me, and I'm currently being blessed here on Monday Morning Keynote. Shout out to Leah. Let me tell you something. On Sunday, during my celebration, you guys were so gracious. Many people brought gifts and cards, to celebrate me going away to Princeton and to celebrate, the pre-release of my book, Radical Obedience. But Leah bought a gift wrapped. And she said, I'm sick of your tea going cold during Monday morning keynotes on YouTube. Y'all, I unwrapped my gift. Leah has bought me a tea warmer, cordless. This is warm right now. I have my tea. So every Monday, when we waxing deep on here, my tea be going cold after about 20 minutes. Y'all know how it is. It cooled down and it ain't no good to nobody. Leah blessed me this weekend and bought a tea warmer to Houston and said, it hurt my heart when you sipped your tea last week and you said it had cooled down because it messes up the message. I can't snatch all the edges I need to snatch when my tea is cold.
Leah did good.
Girl, Leah did well. She done good. Thou good and faithful. God is pleased.
I was about to say, well done.
well done. God is pleased, okay? First priority, please God. Second priority, please your coach, okay? I am pleased. So y'all, Leah blessed me, baby. The tea is warm, which means the tea gonna stay hot, which means the messages just got 10x. So get ready. Okay, back to our regular programming. I just had to pause because the tea warmer is hot and so is the tea. God is good. Amen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all hating, but it's all good. She the coach.
How you hating from outside the club?
So,
Listen,
Uh,
okay. So the food was fire. The food was fire. We had to spend some
yep.
time on the food because I know over the years, me and Kiwi both, right? We have been to countless conferences. Now, Kiwi is not 100% plant based, but she eats vegan with us all the time, right? With no problem. And I have been to countless conferences and events, and typically plant based options ain't looking like they supposed to look, right? I done been at
I'll be upset
conferences
every time.
every time. Like I done been at conferences and I done wrote in ahead of time. They done told me, yeah, we're gonna have vegan options. And I'm sitting there Uber Eats and getting food delivered to the hotel lobby during the conference because your girl needs to eat good, right? And so I wanted to spend some time on the food because that's really important. Kiwi, what's the next? Oh, shoot. I think Kiwi dropped off for a second, y'all. We'll bring her back up in a second. She'll be back in a minute. But the next thing I want to talk about that was like super, super dope that really meant a lot to me was how much everybody poured into one another. You know, when you lead a community, and this is for everyone who aspires to be a leader, to be a coach, to be a person of authority, a thought leader in your ecosystem, when you take on the responsibility of leading people, you have to make sure you're whole, healthy, and complete. One of the things we talked about this weekend on Sunday morning, y'all, I did a business mastermind, and it was supposed to be just for our paying mastermind clients. But our mastermind clients who were in attendance, they graciously allowed for everybody who was in attendance at the conference to join the business coaching session. So everybody, not just our mastermind clients, joined the business coaching session. And so they asked a lot of questions about, being healthy as a leader and healing and things like that. And one of the things I shared with the audience is the importance of being really, really healed as a leader, because if you're not, it is going to compromise your company and it is going to compromise everyone who's meant to be blessed by you, right? And so as we were talking through what it means to be a healthy, whole, powerful leader and CEO, I told them the importance of doing the inner work so that you are able to serve at a high level because you attract who you are. And one of the things that was extremely evident, this weekend was that I have attracted an ecosystem that is 100% unmatched. I have attracted an ecosystem that pours back into people. So I watched this weekend as I poured into the people and they began to pour into each other. So for example, my mom was here this weekend. My mom flew into town to be here at our first annual Radical Obedience Assembly. And so many people pulled my mom aside and started asking her about her take on some of the challenges they were having. So many people who shared during the assembly later on had sidebar conversations with other attendees who wanted to pour into them in addition to what I was able to do from the stage. So many people, when I tell you, this was a collective effort to get everybody on assignment. And I couldn't be more grateful. My point here is this, guys. You attract what you are, right? And when you take on the responsibility of leading people, when you take on responsibility of reaching back and helping the people who are still trying to get to where you are, don't show up unhealed. Because if there was any part of me that was broken, that was insecure, that felt like an imposter, it would have showed up and I would not have been able to pour and be as authentic as I was, which meant other people would not have been given permission to do the same. Does that make sense? Your level of healing determines the quality of your community. Heard, put it in the chat. Your level of healing as the leader determines the quality of the people you attract. So when you are whole, when you work on yourself privately, you will watch the fruits of that through the people you attract, because your healing, your wholeness gives everybody else permission to be whole and vulnerable and to serve. When you serve from a healthy place, it gives everybody else permission to begin to serve. So hands down, one of my favorite parts of the Radical Obedience Assembly this weekend was watching everybody else pour into everybody else. I watched the men in attendance. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Laverne. Shout out to Trevor. Shout out to Owen. Shout out to Sekou. The men were in the building. This was not a women's only event. I watched them, right? Chat with people. I watched them engage. I watched them get some of what they needed. Like, it matters. It matters. If you're going to be in service to people, you have to be in service to yourself first. You have to do the inner work so people can have permission to do the inner work. You have to be vulnerable and address the parts of you that are not whole so people can be vulnerable and address the parts of them that are not whole. You got to show up authentic, healthy, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, mental clarity so other people get permission to show up healthy, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed. We didn't have any sugar at the event. I didn't serve coffee. I didn't serve sugar. I didn't serve caffeine. We didn't serve soda and juice because that's what people like. We stuck to our core values. The only beverages was unsweetened tea and water. Like, we have core values. When you uphold your core values, you give people permission to uphold their core values. I wasn't like, well, I'm plant-based and the majority of our clients are plant-based and our whole team is plant-based, but there's going to be people in attendance who are not plant-based. So maybe we should have some options for them. No, this is our world. And when you come into our world, you're going to adhere to our core values. And when you go back to your world, you can continue to do what you do over there. So when you are going to be the head of a community, when you are going to be the captain of the ship, it is so important that you stick to your beliefs and your core values, because now when people go back and they create their own spaces and their own ecosystems and their own live events, they get to do what they do without hesitation, without flinching. I did not one time did I consider people pleasing this weekend. Well, people don't like this. Even though we do this privately, maybe we shouldn't do it publicly. We started each day with meditation. Why? Because we meditate in my community. I didn't think, oh, maybe we shouldn't. Some people aren't into that. That might turn people off. We meditate privately, so we meditate publicly. We eat plant-based privately, so we eat plant-based publicly. We praise God privately, so we praise God publicly. Like, the takeaway for people who were there this weekend, and those of you that are listening to the recap, I want the takeaway for you to be, it is safe to be me wherever I go. It is safe to be authentic and true to what I believe wherever I go. It is safe to do what you do wherever you go. And let me say this, when you have a certain experience privately, if you're a front row person like me, if you're a VIP only person like me, if you're a I eat organic and I'm kind of bougie with my food person like me, give your people that same experience as well. I made sure that I only eat organic fruit. So guess what? The attendees got organic fruit. I only eat clean snacks. So what happened? During our snacks in the afternoon, they got clean snacks. I only like water out of glass bottles. So guess what my attendees got? Water out of glass bottles. We didn't have plastic water bottle, individual water. We didn't buy a case of 48 low quality plastic water. We had glass bottles because that's what Lisa drinks. That's what Lisa consumes. What's my point? Because I'm whole and healthy and healed, I don't think in lack. So I did not spare expense. I didn't say, this is what I drink privately, but get them a case of 48 because those 48 bottles of water is only $7. I made sure people have what I have, but you can only do that if you're a leader who thinks in abundance. I made sure they ate from the places I eat at when I'm in Houston. Why? Because I think in abundance. The food was not cheap. We spent thousands of dollars on food only. On food only cost us thousands of dollars. And I'm saying that because I wasn't about to go to the local grocery store and just buy a veggie tray. There's nothing wrong with it if that's all you can afford and that's what you do. But I wanted them to consume like I consume. And so I spared no expense on the food. I need y'all to understand, you got to be healthy as a leader, because if not, you will think in lack, and your events and your programming will show that. If you're not healthy, you will show up as less than your best self, and your performance will reflect that. If you want to do this work, radical obedience says you get healthy first. Hey, it's Coach Lisa. If you've been feeling overwhelmed or stretched thin, or like you know what to do, but you just haven't had the capacity to get it done, this is for you. We recently released our newest coaching program, and it's called the Gold Handle Club. And this is the Imperfect Founders Edition. It's designed to help you eliminate chronic stress one intentional moment at a time. And it's designed, most importantly, to feel easy as opposed to a high pressure program. This isn't another course that you have to keep up with. It's a simple daily ritual paired with real coaching and community support designed to fit into your life and not overwhelm it. Here's how it works. The Go Handle arrives at your door, and every morning for about 5 to 10 minutes, you sit still in silence. You scan the QR code, and every single day, new content unlocks a daily practice built around our signature HER method for eliminating chronic stress, not managing it, but eliminating it. And because this is our Imperfect Founders Edition, we're doing something super special. You're getting your Go Handle on us. All you'll cover is shipping. Plus, your first 30 days inside of the club and community are completely complimentary so that you can actually feel the difference before making any commitment. So, if you're ready to stop pushing off those major decisions that need to be made, those uncomfortable conversations that need to be had, those mindset shifts and that healing that needs to happen now, this is your opportunity to get coached through that without feeling like there's another big appointment on your calendar. This is designed to fit into your quiet time to yourself every morning. So click the link in the show notes, join us inside of the Go Handle Club, take advantage of the Imperfect Founders special offer, and I cannot wait to coach you to optimal health and radical obedience. Now back to the show. I found the video that I want to play for y'all, so I'm going to play that at the end here when we get ready to wrap up. But let me tell you something else that I really enjoyed about this weekend, okay? Now, this is a slight flex, all right? Man, on Saturday morning on the first day, okay, after we did meditation and we had the Go Handle gathering and we reflected on moments of clarity. So we started the day on Saturday with the exact thing that we do inside of our community during our weekly Go Handle gatherings, which is 10 minutes of meditation. And then we reflect on moments of clarity we've had over the last week or so. And so we did that. And then after that, I did a keynote. And I just want to spend a few moments sharing a little bit about what I talked about in my keynote at the Radical Obedience Assembly. I talked about how the state of Mississippi turned around their education system and they have moved up to the number one place in the country for fourth graders to get an education in reading and math for eighth graders as well. So I talked about how the state of Mississippi has turned around their education system, and it's pretty dope because it's kind of unheard of, because at one point, very specifically back in 2013, the state of Mississippi was the 49th state in the country. They ranked 49th in education. And now in 2026, they've moved up and they rank number one for fourth graders in reading and math and eighth graders in math. But the catch is that they're only number one when you adjust for poverty and race, which means they're the best place in the country for fourth graders and eighth graders to get an education if they're poor. So amongst the poor kids in the country, Mississippi is number one. Not amongst the all students and all fourth graders and eighth graders overall, but just among the poor. When you adjust for poverty and race, the state of Mississippi is number one. And it's insane because the poor kids in Mississippi will outperform the poor kids in Louisiana, but the poor kids in Mississippi will not outperform the rich kids in New York still when it comes to reading and math. But the poor kids in Mississippi will outperform the poor kids in Arkansas when it comes to reading and math, but they can't outperform the upper middle class kids in California. And this was so interesting to me. And so the takeaway that I taught as I went through this keynote, the lesson was Mississippi has ascended to the top of the bottom. Mississippi is number one on the bottom, right? And the lesson that I pulled out for the attendees this weekend is that many of us have done the same thing, right? They've ascended to the top of the bottom. So that means that you are the least overweight amongst all of your overweight friends. That means you are the least disobedient among all of your disobedient friends. They've ascended to the top of the bottom. You are on the least amount of medications among all of your medicated friends. They've ascended to the top of the bottom. And so I broke that down during my keynote on Saturday. And I want to say that's probably one of my favorite moments of this weekend because I believe, like Flex, that it was one of the best illustrations of how we've worked so hard to still not be the best. Because for a lot of us, we are literally surrounded by mediocrity. And so we've ascended to the top of the bottom. So while the state of Mississippi is not 49th anymore, they're number one in 2026. They are the best place in the country for a poor kid to get an education, but they are not the best place for a rich kid to get an education. So they are at the top of the bottom. And when I tell you, the way the message landed and resonated was insane. It was insane because for so many of us, we have done just that. Like my marriage is not super blissful, but we are not as dysfunctional as those marriages over there. We're the top of the bottom, right? It is wild. Like I'm not completely faithless. I don't live my life in complete faith, but I do make some small faith moves, right? I haven't completely surrendered to God, but I'm not as faithless as my friends over there. I'm the top of the bottom. And so when I went through that keynote, I loved it so much because I watched the faces in the audience get it. I watched the light bulbs go off. I watched the clarity come up like, man, I've been patting myself on the back for being the top of the bottom, right? I'm not 49th in the country, but I'm still not with the elite of the elite. Like I'm the fittest among my unfit friends. But if I had a bunch of fit friends, I would be the most unfit. You see what I'm saying? I'm the top of the bottom. And for a lot of us, we've been literally resting our laurels and giving ourselves accolades for being at the top of the bottom. That keynote on Saturday, it did it for me. It did it for me. It really did because I really saw people get it and understand. And so then for the remainder of the keynote, now they paid to be in a room. So I'm not going to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you all the 3 steps I gave them. But I told them, if you have managed to work your way up to the top of the bottom, here's 3 things you need to do to move the needle, start moving the needle again. So I broke that down. So hopefully I'll check in with Kiwi. We'll see if we have the full recording of that. And maybe we'll post it on the podcast. But that was one of my favorite moments because it's how we started the weekend. And I really watched people get it. Kiwi, you back. Don't worry, I held it down.
I know you did. I was like, but it's whatever you talked about. I know it was good. It was what it was supposed to be.
Thank you. What I just got done doing is telling them one of my favorite parts of the weekend. I want to hear your perspective on it since you're back. I was just telling them my keynote on Saturday morning when I talked about the state of Mississippi school system and I talked about how people have worked their way to the top of the bottom, right? And they're giving themselves accolades and pats on the back for being, the least overweight among all their overweight friends, the least medicated amongst all their medicated friends, the least obedient amongst all of their disobedient friends, and how we have given ourselves an illusion of being the best. But I said, you're the best, but you're not among the best. And that's the difference that we need to make. And so I was just reflecting on that keynote from Saturday.
So one of my favorite moments was sitting between you and your mom. Mm. This was, for those that were not there, this was the fireside chat Saturday night. And you had said something, and it just, I had the opportunity to be kind of facilitator or just to be the person to kind of get the get the ball rolling as your mom took the mic and ran with it, literally. But it was a pleasure to hear her speak. And you talked about like being able to like why you do what you do, and that was like, where did it come from? Like, that was my first question. and, the legacy that you're leaving, like where it started from. And to hear your mom speak about what she's been through and where her strength came from. Like when you sit back and like be able to just listen to, like you said, our ancestors that are still here.
Yes.
So that was the best part for me because I've seen everything else. Like like I said, I've seen the flowers and everything else. But to hear your mom speak on your behalf, and then to hear you, like you literally, honestly, you got a little emotional over there. I know but you just talked about why you do what you do. So I would love for you to kind of share that because that wasn't VIP access, but it was like how dare you not?
Yep, 100%. So during the fireside chat on Saturday, well, let me back up to that afternoon. Let me tell you what made me want to share that. Because I asked my mama Kiwi before we got on the fireside chat. I said, Ma, are you okay with talking about how you left my dad tonight? I was like, I think we need to go there. And the reason I asked her that is because during the commencement ceremony for Farm to Table, my mom spoke when we were graduating our Farm to Table graduates. And she said, I don't know what I did. That Lisa, I don't know what I did right. I don't know what I did to have Lisa do what she does today as a speaker, as a leader. She said, I don't know what I did. And when she said that, that was a divine download. The first thing that I thought was you ran, right? So when we got on the fireside chat, so then we went and changed our clothes for the fireside chat. So as we were changing, I told my mom, I said, are you okay with telling the story about my father, my biological father being abusive? And how you left him, right? Literally running down the street, right? And she said, yep. And so when we got on the panel, I knew I wanted to go there. So she told the story about leaving my father. He was abusive. Literally, they were arguing, they were fighting. She ran out the back door, physically running down the street. I was at daycare. A car was driving down the street, saw her running down the street and pulled over. It just happened to be somebody she know. God is so good. And he was like, Kathy, where you running? And she said, I'm running from my husband. And he said, get in the car, get in. He said, I'll take you wherever you need to go. Where do you need to go? And she said, to pick up my baby. I was 2 years old and I was at daycare. She came and got me. He took us to a hotel and we stayed in a hotel until she ended up staying with a friend and never looked back. Like literally left my dad and went and lived in a hotel with nothing. And so when she said during her commencement speech that afternoon, I don't know what I did, I'm like, you left. Do you know how many victims of domestic violence don't get the privilege of leaving? Do you know how many victims of domestic violence perish at the hands of their abuser? And my mom had the courage to run. And so when I talk about why I go so hard every time I step on a mic, why I go so hard every time I step on the stage, I need y'all to know we say we do stuff because ancestors and people have died for us to have certain rights. Well, my mom ran for me to have the privilege to speak as a healthy woman today. I am not a victim of domestic violence as a result of her leaving. He eventually could have turned his hands on me as a result of her having the courage to run. I am here healthy and whole. I don't have memories of a toxic, abusive household. That's not a trauma I had to work through and overcome. I don't have scars emotionally or physically. I don't ever even remember seeing him hit her. Like she ran him at the age of 2. I don't know if y'all know the science, but the ages from 1 to 7 in a child's life are the most pivotal. It is when you become who you are going to be. It is memories and things you're exposed to from the ages of 1 to 7, including your diet that's embedded into your cells and develop the person you become as a teenager, as an adult in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. There are still 50 and 60-year-olds today trying to recover from what they experienced at that age. So for her to run when I was in my prime as a 2-year-old,
man,
that was a moment, Key.
I actually, and what's crazy, these like, we're so aligned because I literally went live the day before getting to Houston. And I was just saying, like, we care so much. Like, our passion for what we do is like so deep. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we want y'all to get this. Like, get your help, please. Like, all the things that we put into. But it is just like, I'm hoping that what people saw is putting us as coaches over to the side.
Yeah.
And seeing your mother for the strength to say, yeah, it's even deeper and it's bigger than even us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's people that made the sacrifices. Like, we making sacrifices for y'all that y'all don't even know. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not even talking about financial, but the time, the effort, and all of these things. But now when you hear from why we go so hard and who kept us here and who fought for us and all that, you know, and I don't mean to get too deep, but that's like reality. Like, this is how deep we trying to change the world. Like, literally. But that was just so impactful for me because it was like, man, it's because of your strength that I get to serve this person and I get to be in this view. And now we trying to do this for y'all. Like, I'm going to need y'all to get that. I'm going to need y'all to understand that. So to me, that was like amazing to be able to be a part of that, you know, because I got from behind the camera to now say, okay, I got some questions. And that was really dope.
That was really dope. And I would just want to leave this message to everybody watching. If you know somebody has sacrificed for you to be where you are today, to live the life you are today, honor them by being radically obedient. We know the ancestors have sacrificed. But if, like me, you know somebody personally, was it a parent? Was it a caregiver? Right? Was it a foster parent? Right? Was it a sibling who took care of you? Like, if you know somebody sacrificed a great deal to make sure you turned out all right, you owe them. The least you could give them is being your best. The least you could give them is being excellent. Stop sitting in the shadows. Stop being mediocre. Stop settling for average. Get rid of the middle class mindset. If somebody has sacrificed to help you avoid trauma, to help you avoid having to go to therapy for something later, if somebody has sacrificed, you owe them your obedience. You owe it to God and you owe it to the person who ran on your behalf. So if you don't take nothing else from this recap, stop acting like somebody ain't do something so you could be sitting where you are today.
Here's the thing, Lise. I just got this. Look, if you don't do what you need to do, there's somebody that's dependent upon you. They waiting on your sacrifices so they don't have to go through. So they don't have to go through the medicines and the trauma and all the things that you going through. Praise like God. They waiting on you to make the sacrifices.
God. Praise God.
Y'all better come on now.
Come on now. That's the one right there. Look. Oh, the other thing I talked about, Kiwi, while you was gone, and I want to mention this. I talked about how we brought our core values and how we live our life privately to the forefront. Like, I eat organic fruit and I made sure they had organic fruit. We eat plant-based. Oh, yeah. We didn't say everybody's not plant-based, so maybe we should have some for the meat eaters. You know, I drink out of glass bottles, so we had water out of glass bottles only. It was no plastic. Like, I don't drink out of styrofoam or throwaway tea mug, so everybody had a glass tea mug, right? And so we just made sure that we lived publicly how we live privately and we spared no expense. But the point of me saying that right now, Kiwi, is because I want to talk about the walk we did on Saturday morning at 6 a.m. because fitness and physical fitness and health is a part of our core values as well. So just talk about you proposing that, the people that showed up, Jade that took lead, like just mention that for a few.
Man, it was important for me because I know that, first of all, y'all know me, like fitness is number one. So like we were talking about if we were going to do something, but we wanted to make sure, you know, when we talked about y'all's experience, that you didn't have to stress about, you know, anything. Like you literally had the opportunity to get everything that you needed. So it was kind of like, I knew I wanted to slide in, but I was like, where we sliding in at, you know? So when the opportunity, when she stood up and she just talked about, you know, the fact that she was still struggling with the fitness aspect, it was like, ha ha, I got you, because you're not the only person. Yeah. That was an opportunity now for me to slide in where it was needed. And to be honest with you, I just tag team with somebody else. And what I love about us is like we don't just take control. It's like we allow you all to walk in your purpose as well. So I co-coached with Jade as we walked, but it was such an awesome thing because that was also a time for us to bond. It was also a time for us to be a family, like a community. And I don't think that people understand like how important that is as far as our values is like we fam.
Yep.
Like, yeah, when y'all came through, like sit down somewhere, y'all in our house, like we got this.
Yeah.
Like, we made sure that in all parts of it, I hope that y'all felt like fam,
Yes.
And that was a part of I walk every morning. I get my steps in. So it was like, oh, I'm gonna be up anyway. So y'all just join, let's make it happen. So when we talk about integrity and all of that, it was like that's easy.
Yes.
Let's just slide that right on in.
Yeah.
Let's just make that happen. We slid it into the okay, we got to be back at 8:30. We got to do this, let's do 6:00 and we're gonna do this. And then we sit you up and it worked out. So it was an amazing experience that was spontaneous, but yet exactly what we do anyways. Because me at least, and to be honest with you, we knew like, okay, we know there's a park close. We know we can get our steps in. It was easy. So shout out to all those that took a walk with us and got our steps in on Sunday morning.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. And we moved and we worked out. And one of the things I told Jade is that she says she's into fitness. And I told her, if you really want to get into fitness and you need to prioritize your fitness, then one of the best ways to do it quicker is to become a leader as quickly as possible, to develop mastery. And even though you're still working on it for yourself, get in an ecosystem that prioritizes fitness and become a leader and move as quickly as possible. And when we walk, I told her that on Saturday. When we walked on Sunday morning, not only did she co-lead with Kiwi our walk through the park, she also came with some facts. She also did some studying. She also came back and shared what it means to walk healthy, to walk safe, right? She talked about posture. She talked about swinging your arms. She talked about making sure you're looking out for your surroundings. She kept us motivated because when you want to be a leader, you got to give people something to aspire to. You have to make sure that people can believe in you and what you know and your mastery. So she did some studying before she led the walk with Kiwi on Sunday morning. And I just want to give a shout out and a cheers and a kudos to people who take coaching, implement immediately, and show up with excellence. She stood up. She spoke in front of people. She didn't challenge us about, I don't like speaking in front of people. I got stage fright. I don't know anything. I'm still trying to master it myself. I can't help nobody else. I gave her a challenge. She took on the challenge and executed with excellence. And I couldn't be more impressed.
Here's the thing. Lise, the radical obedience framework, this is, I'm about to, throw this in here. Okay. Immediate, not eventually. When she stood up, automatically you was like, okay, we tagged on her. Yeah. But this is what we're talking about when it comes to radical obedience. Immediate, not eventually. She stood up. She said, well, this is I was like, all right, we gonna walk. And then you tagged in. You was like, and you gonna coach.
Yeah.
in less than 24 hours, you gonna show RO. You gonna show radical obedience.
Yeah.
You gonna do exactly what's needed to be done for you to get right there. Like that's that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. So it was just amazing. I was just so proud. I was just so proud of her and everything that we did together.
And she's going to be a great coach. She's going to be a great coach. Yeah. She's going to be a great, amazing coach.
100%. Go be a great coach. So I think there's one final thing that I have to mention too, during my going away party for Princeton and we talked about the book. Jessica blessed me, y'all. Shout out to Jessica Preston, who was in the building this weekend. And she flew in from California to be here at the Radical Obedience Assembly. And at the end of Saturday, right, Jessica came up to me and she said, Lisa, I want you to sign my gold handle. And I was like, what? My first thought was, how can I sign it? Like, what can I sign it with that it make it won't rub off, will stay on there or whatever, right? I was like, I don't know what I could sign it with, Jessica. And then she was like, oh, with a Sharpie. I said, a Sharpie? She said, yeah. I said, okay, I don't have a Sharpie. She said, I bought one for you to sign my gold handle. I said, what? Y'all, Jessica bought a red Sharpie for me to sign gold handles. So I signed hers. I never imagined that we would be signing gold handle. Kiwi, I never thought the gold handle would be something that would have my signature on. I said, I'm thinking like, well, won't it wash off if you put it in a dishwasher or you wash your gold handle? She's like, oh no, this one just gonna sit in my office. Like, I want your signature. She said, because you're going somewhere. And I said, wow. So I signed her gold handle. Let me show y'all. I signed the gold handle, to you with love. And I put my signature on it, y'all. I put my signature on the gold handle, right? I signed it. And then I closed the Sharpie and I tried to hand it back to her. And she said, no, I brought that for you. You're going to need it. You're going to be signing a lot more. And so then Wanda came up and was like, well, sign my gold handle. And then on Sunday, we had a lot, well, sign my gold handle. And it turned into a whole thing. I don't know if y'all missed the
That's
title.
why I will have a gold handle.
That's why Kiwi ain't got a gold handle. I signed hers for somebody and they took it home. I don't know. And so then, hold on, let me finish this story. I want to end on why the title of this live is the title of this live. So then during a going away party, at the end of the day, my phenomenal team, God bless, Coach Carmel, Coach Milan, Coach Tiffany, Coach Kiwi, they all poured into me. They all told the origin stories of how we all came to know each other and came to be and came to work together. Tears were flowing, hugs were flowing. It was just so much family love. But then at the end of the presentation, my team presented me with a custom ink pen. Hold on now. I don't even know if I'm being disrespectful by calling it an ink pen. Because let me show y'all. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me show y'all this. You need to get it. Okay. They presented me with a custom ink pen. It has my name engraved on it, right? It has my name engraved on it. I thought it was a regular old ink pen, right? Because I'm so basic, right? I'm just a Black girl from Detroit. So I opened the thing up like I'm about to sign something. They said, no, we got to put the ink in it first. Look at this, Key. Look at it. It's a calligraphy pen. They said, now let me be clear. Sunday was my going away party for Princeton, in addition to the pre-release party for the book that's coming out on Radical Obedience. They said, you're going to need something to sign all the books. And they gave me a calligraphy pen. Baby, this sophisticated technology has, you got to put ink. There's a whole system that you got to put. Carmel had to put it together for me, Key. She said, no, you put this into this, and then you unscrew this, and you put it inside this. Baby, I am calligraphying my signature on all the books that will be coming out, because we will be the best of the best. And then you snap. I don't know if you heard it, then you snap it back in place. I have a
when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. We gonna make sure.
Come on. They said, we know you going somewhere and you going to need the proper writing utensils for whatever you writing on, whether it's a gold handle or your upcoming book. I said, Lord, why they so good to me? And so I want to personally say thank you to my team, to every single one of y'all who acknowledged and loved on me. The title of today's live, in case you didn't see it, is When People Tell You Who You Are, Believe Them. They spent the entire weekend telling me who I was. Kiwi told y'all just a few moments ago that I don't do a whole lot of focus on the celebration. I don't do a whole lot of focus on, making it about me. It's really, I just want to teach and I want to coach and I want to get up out of there. But Kiwi and the team forced me to sit down this weekend and get loved on. And I heard all the words. Let me be clear. Laura and my mama and Kiwi prayed over me. Everybody reached out their hands and made sure they knew I was covered as I head to New Jersey to go to Princeton. They made sure I was covered as I take this journey. We're releasing this book. They made sure I was covered. And they told me, I don't think a lot about who I am and what I'm doing it for. I just think about the moment. What problem needs to be solved in a moment? Who needs to be blessed in a moment? That's all I care about, is the moment. But they told me who I was. They said, Lisa, you are favored. They said, you are anointed. They said, you are called. They said, you are our leader. They said, where you going, we coming. They said, you are blessed. These are quotes. These are direct quotes. If you are sitting here with a single ounce of doubt about your power, about who you are, about what you're capable of, and you steady have people in your ear telling you you are great, telling you you are qualified, telling you you are worthy, would you, for God's sake, start believing them? When people tell you who you are, believe them, because like Kiwi said, they have a different view than you have. You have a certain view of yourself, but I wonder what would change in your life if you started believing what people say about you. So if you struggling with imposter syndrome, if you struggling with an inferiority complex, if you're struggling with insecurities, why don't you try believing the people when they tell you who you are, believe them. That's all I got, Key.
And just know you get to pack light when you do what you need to. Because even with that, I know, Lisa, we got your bags. We got your bags.
Pack
You ain't got to be the bag. Pack light. We got you.
light.
Yeah.
Oh,
It ain't heavy. It's not heavy.
no.
That's literally like it ain't heavy.
Oh,
Because when you got it ain't gonna be heavy.
oh.
Where you going, you moving, but it ain't gonna be heavy.
It's
we
not
got
gonna
your
be.
bags.
Oh man, I love it so much. Okay, I want to see. I don't know if I can figure it out. Let me try one thing before we hop off. We told y'all we wanted to show
Okay.
y'all a video of me and the girls eating these delicious vegan, no added sugar muffins from Awesome Bites.
Okay, there it
That's
goes.
a little better.
Hit the play button.
Okay.
Hit the play button. Hit the play button.
Now, hopefully we have audio, but let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it.
In the frame. Yep.
Right here. Yep.
Okay.
Healthy up.
Up. Healthy down. Healthy all the way around. Way.
Shot.
Cheers to the first Radical Obedience Assembly.
And many more.
What you want to say, Kiwi? Give them some context.
Yep. So here's the context, y'all. Y'all see, we so healthy. We so healthy. We doing shots. This is shots, y'all. I know there's a song that people usually do when they have shots. We have brownies. Healthy, no refined sugar brownies on our hands. Okay? And this is how we toast. And this is how we do shots. So just so y'all know, not only have we changed the desired thing in your hand, then we had the nerve to say healthy up, healthy down, healthy all the way around. Okay? Play it back.
This is us taking shots of our no sugar vegan muffins to celebrate the first annual Radical Obedience Assembly.
The frame.
Yep.
Right here. Okay.
Healthy up.
Up. Healthy down. Healthy all the way around. Way.
Oh, goodness gracious.
First Radical Obedience Assembly.
And many more. Fun times. Hey, I love it there. I love it there.
So that was pretty amazing, y'all. That was pretty amazing.
We just showed y'all the foolishness. So hopefully y'all enjoyed not getting snatched up today. Y'all relaxed today.
Yeah.
Y'all relaxed.
Yeah. So that's all for us today. That's all we have for you guys. We just wanted to do a recap of the Radical Obedience Assembly. I just want to end by saying thank you to everybody who attended in Houston. We're already planning 2027. So we'll be back for the next Radical Obedience Assembly, second annual in 2027. We were discussing with the team last night, when should we have it? We're, playing around with trying to maintain just the same time every year, like first weekend in May or something like that. So we'll let you guys know. And then the takeaway from today is when people tell you who you are, believe them. Have the audacity to believe people when they tell you you can do it. Have the audacity to believe people that you have what it takes. Have the audacity to believe people when they tell you you're worthy. Have the audacity to believe people when they tell you, you know what you're selling, what you're doing, your service, you should be charging more than that. You're worth more than that. Have the audacity when people tell you who you are. Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And Coach Lisa is saying, when people tell you who you are, believe them. Like, what will happen if you stop letting your limiting beliefs and your intrusive thoughts make decisions in your life, and you allow the rest of us who love you and see you differently? What if you let that be the decision-making criteria from which you move? I love y'all. Kiwi loves y'all. My team loves y'all. We will be back here next Monday. Until next time, y'all, be blessed. Have a phenomenal rest of the day. You tuned in today because, like me, you refuse to let your good become the enemy of your great. You're not settling for good health when optimal is well within reach. If you're ready to go from good to great, visit lisaangelsmith.com to learn more about our plant-based health coaching program, Farm to Table, and our plant-based business accelerator and coaching certification. But before you go, if you enjoyed what you heard today, please consider rating and reviewing this podcast. Until next time, remember, radical obedience is still undefeated. Stay obedient.